Hello, everyone. Welcome to Bench Lights. Today with me, I have Ravens fan extraordinaire Max Branham, and we are here to talk to you about the Battle of the Horses. Max, can you give us a neigh sound?
Thank you for having me. For one, that's a crazy first ask to be like, just let her rip. But you ready? You hit that? That's right there. That's
In
range
the
right there.
comments,
Thank
please
you, thank
hit
you, thank you.
like and subscribe if you like Max's neighing, and
One
maybe
for
he'll
the
do it
horse
again.
voice. No, sorry. This is a whack start, dude. I told you I was gonna be normal. Sorry. Um, let's talk football. Let's talk football,
Yeah, let's
please.
talk football. Well,
I don't
and
want to be a
being
horse boy
normal,
anymore.
anything was not. You know what was not normal last week was Daniel Jones on them Colts.
Bro, dude.
He
Kid
was a
starts
dog.
and just goes on like it's like a different person. No, it's weird because I still think of him as a rookie a little bit, like in my head, and I don't know if that's because he hasn't found that success yet, or because the
Hmm.
Giants are such a just perpetual garbage machine. I'm sorry.
Never gets old.
But like it makes me wonder now, like how much of this was there when he was at the Giants versus how much of that was developed at the Giants, if that makes sense. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? Because there was that one year where they did go to the playoffs and stuff like that.
That's
So I don't
true.
know. It's interesting to think. And I was one of the like the day ball believers in that moment where I thought it
I
was him. And
I'm a
now, like I'll
Dable
be honest, I'm
believer.
kind of like trying my best to walk that back, and I'm like I don't know if that's so true. Um, but
I think I think a combination of things can be true. I obviously Josh Allen, right? Like I'm gonna be a Dable believer, but we'll see how Jackson Dart turns out. But yeah, like let's talk a bit about this game because I think both these teams they really have something to prove this week. I think the Colts they were hot. They were hot last week. It's a question of can they beat a good team? And the Broncos is can they wipe that sour taste of that week one win out of their mouth? You know?
Yes, I agree. And everybody's like white the sour taste. It is still a win.
It's
I want
still
to
a
throw out
dub,
that. Like it's
unlike the
still a win.
Ravens.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, dude, don't even. I have to be so nice and respectful because my team lost, and I love them, and I love them, and oh well, I guess I'm on record now. This is kind of a new thing for me, so I would like to go on record. He'll never see it, but Jair. I was really excited when we signed
Oh
you.
God, that last play.
Don't let me down like this. Look, Zach Orr said we're not giving out third chances. Okay, I want
Oh,
to see 23 out there, my man. I think that's what he
I,
rocks.
I thought the
Um,
Hail Mary catch would make the our corners look bad, and then he like just cramped up chasing Keon 3 times. So hey, week one, he'll
Stuff,
get
good
better.
stuff. Also,
He'll get
Keon had a
better.
game though. Keon had
He
a game
did.
though, and I want you to know that I feel like I'm gonna vomit saying that right now. But Keon had a game. Anyways. We're talking about the Colts and the
We
Broncos. The
are. We
fact that you
are.
just you sneak that in there is
Two
like
one
it's like a
o
knife,
teams.
bro. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. I've been waiting all week for this. But
That's
yeah.
true. But for those unaware, we played Catan earlier this week, and Berger was so respectful. He sat there for hours, like the day after it happened, and didn't say anything. And I was like, that was a big move right there for Berger. So shout out there. Okay, I can get it now because he showed me mercy then.
I'm glad you appreciate my restraint, you know? But
Yeah.
why don't we talk first, right? Like um let's start Bo Nix, right? 25 for 40 last week in his passing attempts. Not ideal. 176
Oh,
yards, two interceptions, one touchdown. So very low red zone efficiency. Not his greatest game, but Max, do you think that's just Bo Nix? Do you think that's the scheme? What happened to
I
the
think
player?
like for one, he's a rookie that made a statement last year, right? Like
Hmm.
the sophomore slump is not unheard of. Not that that's an excuse, but also like I'm not saying I'm not saying Bo Nix had an awesome game. What do you think? He had two picks and a fumble
Yeah.
too? Yeah.
Yeah, and a fumble.
Like
Yes. Yeah.
so like for one, obviously, like, hey, Ravens fan, look, ball security. Like I will tell you first and foremost, it'll lose you games, kid. Like um
Yeah.
and I'm sorry, I want to see you do better. But also for some reason, and maybe this is my own bias or something, but when I watch him, I do feel like he commanded the offense in a way where I was like, okay, at least you're leading. Like I don't feel like you
Hmm.
have learned some in that sense. I don't know if you're performing the way you want to. I also don't think the play calling was awesome. Sean Payton always
No,
talks about how he can improve as a play caller. Now he wants to call an even game. That was not an even game. Um,
no.
not even close.
I like it. This is brilliant, but I like this.
I think the amount of pass plays more than doubled runs in the second half or something like that. Like it was.
Yeah,
Look, if you're
insane.
winning and that's happening, go nuts, right? But like that's not what was happening. Also, you picked up Dobbins on the off season, who's now healthy. You have Harvey's this first year,
RJ
right, for
Harvey.
Harvey?
Yeah,
Um,
RJ Harvey. Yeah, yeah,
he's
yeah.
supposed
He's
to be
my fantasy
something,
keeper.
man.
Yeah.
So like, I was about to say, I knew you were high on him. So you rocking the
Mm-hmm.
Broncos orange right now. Um,
SU man, it is close enough. It's close enough.
okay.
I like teams that don't make it to playoffs. What can I say?
But no, I thought that like yes, Bo Nix did not have an awesome game. I also don't know if he was set up to have an amazing game though.
Play the Titans, which their defense isn't the worst. It's not great. It's certainly rough, but it's not. It's not
That's
the
pretty much a
worst.
defensive showdown between them both, and it's like yeah, that's okay. I can't remember any standout plays. And so I will say this. Sorry, some things that are coming to mind. I
Hmm.
wish just my hopes for Bo Nix ball control, just like
Yes.
play solid football, please. I want to see you just play as cleanly and efficiently, even if that means less fancy. I'm okay with that, right? Like we got to get the basics down first.
I think you talked about J.K. Dobbins,
Oh,
talked about R.J. Harvey. I think
yes,
for both teams, a huge point of this week is going to be the rushing attack, right? Because again, low play calls made for them, like you said, wasn't a balanced play call game for the Broncos. And then even though they had a field day with the Dolphins, I do think that we have to really see the Colts run against a good defense.
hmm
Um, and especially for Indiana Jones, right? Balled out last week, but he held on the ball a lot and was very blind down the field.
he got hit. He got caught a couple times, I was gonna bring that up. That is
Yeah.
not gonna fly against
No,
Broncos defense, dude. You're gonna get like laid out, and it's not gonna
absolutely.
be good.
Orange Crush, which is a great drink in Baltimore, might I add, will eat him alive. So it's going to be very much a question of if they can establish a run game so that you won't just see these blitzes or even the front four just tear through the line every single play. Because never seen O line. Well, the Colts O line is pretty average. I think it was ranked 16th or so last year. The Broncos
It's
O
pretty
line is
messed.
great for passing, but it's not the best rushing O line from what as we see by a lack of
They
rushing
don't
in the
have
game.
like a standout guy.
Exactly.
Uh, but no, yeah. And while it's on my mind, Broncos just came back. I need Bo Nix. Sorry, jump
Yeah,
back
please.
to not
Please, all good.
throw his players grenades. Man, oh man, do I like Cortland Sutton? I think he's a talented guy. I really do. Um, and the other receiver is escaping right now, but I like him as well. Uh, but multiple occasions in their game versus the Titans where I was like, you're kind of putting your people in harm's way a little bit here when it's not quite
Yeah.
necessary. And I think, it could just be a foresight thing of like you can't see that you're a younger quarterback, but like I understand you just want to make the completion, but like, man, your guys are athletic, dude. And it's cool that you can find those tight windows, but like it's week one. Like we don't need to be
Yeah. No hospital
jeopardizing
balls
people like that. Exactly. You know
to
what I mean?
beat the
Just on like
Titans.
right.
Yeah,
So I just don't want to set any, if that's the standard, it's not good. I don't want to be a receiver there.
absolutely.
But
But
sorry.
real
So
quick on the receiving
that's all
game.
that I had to say on them. So please continue with
All good,
whatever you
man.
were saying.
Well, on that, you brought up the receiving game, right? For the Broncos, like again, it's standard. It's can Bo Nix, play smart football? Can Sean Payton dial a balanced offense? But for the receiving for the Colts, right? Like again, that's a very tough secondary. PS2 they're going against, right? Ranked best corner in the league. What a huge
Oh yeah.
question is going to be is the tight end factor, right? I think because Tyler Warren played great out of his mind. What, like around like 76 yards or with how many?
Dude, it's 7 for 76. Like
Insane,
I
right?
love I love tight ends. Full
Oh yeah, we do.
disclosure.
We love tight, nice and
I
tight ends on this channel.
dude, I like the big boys, okay? Like I don't know what it is. Video games, sports. I am here for like the imposing factor. I enjoy the dynamic of them having the more strength, the less speed. It's just enjoyable for me to watch. And like, dude, he showed up. He had great catches, great yards after the catch for a tight end. Like, I was impressed. I know they were
Absolutely.
granted like putting on a show, right? So like you kind of just run all
Yeah.
over them. But also like, hey, 7 for 76 for a tight end. That's like wide receiver numbers, man.
That
Like,
that is early Kelsey numbers. I mean, in his debut. And again,
um,
what do you do against top tier secondary that relies on top tier corner play?
that's
Well, you
true.
try to get a mismatch between a catching tight end and, not so fast linebacker. So,
It's true. That's what you got to do. Also, Broncos secondary and specifically has a little bit less not they're not terrible stats, but just less great stats against tight ends to a point where you're like, hey, maybe we target the tight ends a little bit more. So could be a big day for Warren. Could be a big day for Jones throwing the ball. And
absolutely.
obviously, hey, we're talking about him. We're talking about the run, the dual threat. We're talking about the tight ends. Jonathan Taylor exists. He will be a part of the football game. Okay.
Mm,
And the only reason that we don't even have to talk about it is because he's so great that once, you just start using him, everything else opens up because you have to address Jonathan Taylor. If you don't, you're going to lose. Like
I
that's just
I
an
fully
objective
agree.
statement. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think again, bring up Jonathan Taylor is a good point because the Colts, I mean, both teams have such great players like on their teams. The Colts have drafted, they're like the Cardinals in that they've drafted great talent over the past couple of years. So now it's really seeing like, can they put it together? So if they can, let's get our score predictions for this week. Max, who do you have taken this week?
Uh, Let it be announced that I think Vegas has the Broncos, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think are the Broncos playing at home or away? Let me check.
I think it's in Indy.
I think it's yeah, two home games to start Indy season. So yes, it is in Indiana.
Um, God, man, it's tough for me to say. I I hear okay. Now that I'm thinking about it though, do I was having a tough time. Do I
Hmm.
think that Daniel Jones will throw picks into the Broncos secondary? Yes, I do. I
Yeah.
absolutely do. I'm gonna say Broncos 21-14. Oh my God, I don't
Ooh,
even know if I like that, but that's what I'm gonna go right now.
21-14. I think that's totally fair.
And maybe if there's more mistakes, it probably could go more high scoring. But I'm gonna be wrong on my first time on here. There we go.
I think this is
Ugh.
going to be a low scoring game. I would not be surprised if we see a Denver defensive touchdown. I think a pick
Oh,
six can very
I
much
hope we
happen.
do.
They got some speed on those guys, but I'm
Nick
currently
Bonito.
2-0. I might be throwing it away. I actually am going to pick the Colts over the Broncos because I think that they have a much more balanced team, even if their defense isn't as elite. They trust their offensive players. I think, and they're going to prove it this week. Maybe not Daniel Jones, but I'm
All right,
going to
man. All
say,
right. Hey,
tw
I look forward to that because look,
I do too.
I'm a defensive guy, so like I'm always rooting for like the more defensively exciting team. But like the Colts put on a show, so like
They
either
did.
way,
They
I
put on a
hope that both
clinic.
teams. Well, let me phrase it. I hope the Colts show up like they did last week. I hope the Broncos can live up to that as well.
I do too. I'm going to predict 20-14 in
Okay.
favor of Colts. So I do think, again, I think they'll be able to comfortably move the ball if they scheme correctly. And this is the chance for Shane Steichen in Indiana. Like, this is
Yep.
really the chance for him to prove that he belongs there. I think
What's
as
his
a
whole
play
deal?
caller.
He has that phrase. What is it? Throw to score, run to win. I
Yeah.
think is what it is. Yeah. So
We'll see what's thrown, but again, I think it will be a fun game to watch. Hopefully, hopefully. But
yeah.
yeah, we'll have some other matchups coming up this week. It was a longer week for some of our people, so a bit less content. But hey, again, hit
Thank you
us in
so
the
much for
comments.
having me, man. This was
Of
fun.
course.
I'm
Thank you for
hoping to be
coming.
on here more. I'll make less horse noises if you'll let me.
Unless the comments don't want him to. Again, write a comment that you like the nay.
I see now I'm at the mercy, bro. This is so demented. But thank you, man, for real. This was fun.
Awesome. Yeah, appreciate it, Max. And hey, thank you all for watching Bench Lights on Benchwarmer Ball. Until then, this is Max. I'm Mike. And hey, go Bills.